Hey everyone, Frank Spencer here, and today I've got a detailed update on the California housing market coming straight from the California Association of Realtors. We're going to cover what's happening with home sales, mortgage rates, inventory, and how all this plays out in our local market. If you've been waiting for some clarity, stay tuned. This video will give you the full picture. Here's the headline. After years of turbulence, California's housing market is showing signs of steadying out, with projections pointing towards slow but real improvement. But before we start, I'd like to ask that you like and subscribe if you have not already done so. It means the world to us. So statewide, sales of existing single-family homes are expected to hold steady in 2025 and actually rise by about 2% in 2026. Now, that's not explosive growth, but after the roller coaster we've had, steady is exactly what a healthy market looks like. The big shift comes from interest rates. The Federal Reserve just made its first rate cut of the year, and that's big news. For the past couple of years, high mortgage rates have sidelined many buyers. Lower borrowing costs mean more affordability, which is already giving buyers a little more breathing room. So let's dig into the August data. Home sales hit 264,240 units on a seasonally adjusted annualized rate, and that's up slightly from July and almost even with last year. Year to date, sales are down, but only 0.4%, a huge improvement compared to the double-digit declines we were seeing in 22 and 23. And inventory. The Unsold Inventory Index is now at about 3.9 months. And to put that in perspective, a balanced market is around 5 to 6 months. So while it is a seller's market, buyers are finally seeing more options. Active listings are up to 23.5% from last year, and that's a lot more choice for buyers. But inventory growth has been slowing for about 4 months in a row. So if you're waiting for a flood of new listings, don't count on it. Now, one thing I always remind clients is that real estate is hyperlocal. Statewide averages can be misleading. And in August, 24 counties actually saw a sales increase compared to last year. That's almost half of them posted double-digit growth. Mariposa County led the pack with 81% jump. But not every county is thriving. Yuba and Calaveras and Tehama saw sales drop by 20 to 35%. That's why it's so important to look at your specific neighborhood rather than just statewide or nationwide headlines. So why are prices where they are? One key insight from economists is that today's prices aren't simply about last year. They're the result of 5 years of limited inventory. When supply is consistently low, it keeps pressure on prices to rise. Now, nationally, we're seeing median sold prices soften more than they typically would in a normal market. That suggests that we're in the early stages of a rebalancing. But that's not a crash, and it's certainly not 2008 all over again. It's the market adjusting after years of extremes. So what does this mean for buyers? If you're a buyer, a couple of things work in your favor right now. Interest rates are coming down, making monthly payments a little more manageable. Inventory is better than last year, which means more choice and less competition in certain price ranges. Seasonal patterns matter. Fall and winter often bring motivated sellers and less buyer competition. If you're ready, this could be your window. So what does it mean for sellers? And for sellers, yes, competition has ticked up slightly because there are more homes on the market. But here's the truth. Well-prepared, well-priced homes, they're still moving, and often with multiple offers. I will say that buyers are more selective, so presentation matters. Small, inexpensive updates, fresh paint, landscaping, decluttering, they can have a huge impact, and pricing strategically is key. Overpricing will hurt you more than it did in the ultra competitive market of 2021. So here's the bottom line: California real estate is stabilizing. Buyers have a bit more power, and sellers still have the advantage. And mortgage rates are finally working in everyone's favor. Locally here in Chatsworth, Porter Ranch, I'm seeing the same themes: steady demand, more inventory than last year, and opportunities on both sides of the table. If you found this update helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you don't miss my next market breakdown. If you'd like a copy of my free home seller's guide, head over to my website, mrchatsworth.com/ebook. It's packed with strategies to get your home sold for top dollar. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you around the neighborhood.